It's your boy Lucrative Seddie, and I'm here with
Mama Mia.
and today we're gonna be discussing a bunch of just random topics.
Random.
Y'all know I usually don't do this, but today it's time for the remix. So we about to hit yeah, right. We just having fun. We bored. It's 12 o'clock. We just gonna discuss a whole bunch of anything.
Everything.
So my first topic that I wanted to talk about, I seen Dr. Boyce Watkins. You know who Dr. Boyce Watkins is? You ever seen him before? He basically like a financial guy for real. He got, I think he got a school if I'm not mistaken. I know he got a bunch of websites. Wow. And he been on the Breakfast Club. He been on a bunch of stuff. Got his own channel too. So shout out to Dr. Boyce Watkins. Yeah, he said that he seen the article that Donald Trump has $80 million on his head.
Really?
So $80 million on his head for real,
right.
from what he did in Iran for real. So whatever he did in Iran, I'm not quite sure. I think he killed a commander or something.
I think
some like a general or something for real. Like the number 2 down from somebody you ain't supposed to kill.
Right. It was all over social media.
Yeah.
Like, really wild.
So Iran is linked in with Russia, China. What is it North Korea? I don't know if it. I know it's Russia, China. People with nuclear bombs, right? Yeah. So let's just say
people that can blow
us up
like anytime they really want to.
And I feel like we may have nuclear bombs, but I think the other countries, they make them faster, can produce them faster.
That's where we get our gas from. So when we getting our gas and oil and everything to like just basically our everyday living situation, you gotta be careful with them people. You can't be playing with them.
You playing games with the wrong people. And I think he must have like a little like tomb, what is called like a tunnel somewhere that he can go live. But he
got family with money, so
Yeah, and I mean, like, I don't know, man.
It makes me think about like when you look at all the old back in the day movies and stuff like that, and they used to always show you when like America just come to like certain, places and just be bombing stuff up. They don't care if it's your kids, anything. They're getting you out of there, shooting kids up and all that stuff. Like people taking it so like not serious on social media because they feel like they're in America, like they safe. Like I don't think I'm safe. I don't think I'm safe at all. I don't think my child's safe. I don't think none of us safe, like, at all.
I think that people is going to kill people before anything else. We be out here worried about cancer, TV, all this different type of stuff killing us. I think we're gonna kill each other before anything for real. Like if we have a world war, what is it? Be World War III for real. Like so, if we have a world war, like any other world war for real, it's gonna be bigger now because everything's gonna be on video.
Yeah, because there's gonna be some people, right? They're not gonna think about their lives. I feel like most likely they're gonna think about, oh my gosh,
Yo, I'm about to die. I'm about to die. Yo, check this out. I'm about to die real quick.
Instead of trying to find a way to get their family members out of situations, they're going to be worrying about recording it. Because guess what? Social media is so big right now. They're going to be worrying about recording things and, just to get them views. And it's like, you worrying about views right now. We're in a living and dying situation. Like, the views ain't even important right now.
Worry about all the wrong stuff. For real. People be worried about all the wrong stuff.
Yes.
We living in a time where everybody record the dude that was about to snatch the little girl, but wasn't nobody stopping him. There's only one person that tried to say
and it's
something.
Like somebody could have stopped it. They just wanted much views to say.
I was the person that recorded this, for real. I'm the person with that little blurry little phone that they had, for real. But it's all good because we do need that. We do need a person to record it. We don't need everybody.
I feel like when you're around,
you gotta stop it though too, for real.
You gotta try to stop it. Sometimes the video had to stop, and people don't need to see the end result because it shouldn't be an end result to certain things when you can save a life. And I feel like the sad thing about it, right? I seen this video, right, and y'all know that that old movie with It's one of my favorite movies too.
What?
I can't think right now because I got so many new favorite movies.
What is it about?
With Queen Latifah in it.
Set It Off.
Set It Off. Okay, so like that song that they be playing when she actually got killed.
Oh damn, yeah, that song was sad as I don't know.
So they played that. And it was like the troops and stuff that was coming in to like go to war, like when you dropping your family members off to the airport that's going to war. They played that song.
That's sad.
And then they showed the part, the clip part afterwards was like when she was getting killed, and I'm like,
well, that's not even funny. I ain't gonna lie.
It's not, but people get views off of that, and a lot of young people think that's so funny. And it's like, if you got a family member that ever went through war, it's not a laughing situation. Like, some of it was a little funny.
Right, yeah. You can find humor in anything, but like too much. Akon. We coming to Africa, Akon.
Seriously.
Akon owns like a whole country over there. For real. Like, yeah,
like,
we try to come back, man. For
he's
real.
building.
He building over there, for real. A lot of people was talking. He really actually building and doing a bunch of stuff over there. Right. So can't nobody say nothing bad about Akon. When you say something bad about Akon, we fighting.
Right. And it's not like he doing it for just a community. He doing it for
a country.
Africa,
continent, all that.
Like it just like when you think about America in total, right? You think about they stole our roots. They stole our roots. When they brought us to slavery, they never brought the black man or black woman, their kids, the food, like the nutrient foods and the herbs that we used to eat and stuff like that. We're eating stuff with toxic stuff and processed stuff that have so many chemicals that's making us obese, making us have diseases, making us, like die quickly, stuff like that. Like they didn't bring us here to have the things, the stuff that we need to have to live the way that we was living years ago, 300 years ago. We was living, we had herbs and stuff like that. I don't even know a lot of herbs. Like, I be looking up so much. I don't even know the certain herbs and stuff like that. Like, I told myself, eventually I want to get to that point where I'm eating, like I be eating certain organic foods and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But I want to just not eat meat anymore. It's going to take a lot because, like, when you're used to, like, even, like, medicines, right? You don't know, like, certain medicines. I follow so many people that, like, show you like certain medicines that you should be taking, like far as the nutrients and per plants. You get what I'm saying? Like, you're not used to doing those type of things, and you've been on drugs all your life that the government been giving you when it comes to food, when it comes to like shower stuff, when it comes to like products you put in your hair, when it comes to like even down to the deodorant and stuff like that. When you're so used in medicine, that's a quadrillion billion dollar industry. It's just like by itself. Like even the things that don't get you addicted, even the things I think I want to ask you a question. As a matter of fact, what's one of the things that your parents or an adult didn't teach you financially when you were younger that you would think you can be able to use at your age? You're a woman, so I'm not going to tell them your age. But what you think? I think my parents, because they was at a point in their life of starting to be successful in certain things. But at the same time, they kind of wasn't progressing like they could have. Although they knew what they could have done, it was just like they didn't teach me the finance situation. They didn't teach me the importance to save, to put your money in stocks and bonds, to put your money into, businesses, to like save your money and put your money into like important things for your kids and stuff like that to like grow. Like only thing they taught me was graduated from high school, try to find a career path job, get a job.
So now
I never even really knew how to pay a BGE bill until.
Oh, okay. I wanna segue this to this question. Do you think that they were financially literate enough to teach you those things, or you think that they were kind of moving? Maybe they didn't possess the knowledge to actually teach you.
Oh, okay.
So do you think that they possessed the knowledge and they held the knowledge, or you think that they didn't possess the knowledge at the moment? Because when you become a teenager, we can become resistant. Mm-hmm. You know. Mm-hmm. But when we kids, we want to learn from
it's like
our
how
parents.
They was
right? Yeah, exactly.
Too,
of course, so. I'm saying not us. I'm saying teenagers. Period. You know, are resistant to certain type of knowledge, especially when it comes from our parents. Right.
Right.
But when you're younger, you want to learn everything from your parents.
That's true.
Or maybe they didn't know back then, and maybe when they try to teach you, we weren't interested, or you weren't interested for real.
Okay, so I would feel like I don't think they knew the knowledge to, like, you know, knowing the finance, how important finances was, and how important it was to save, how it was important was to tell your children at a young age, no matter, you know, if you think that the children wasn't interested, look, come here. Because we need to learn
Right, you got to learn this.
Today.
Right. Yeah.
No matter if you forget tomorrow, I'm going to tell you every single, not every day, because I'm not trying to stress you because you still have to be a child, but I got to drill it in you that this is very important. This is not even a game. You get what I'm saying? I don't think they had the knowledge or the willpower to teach me the way they could have, because it's like when, you know, like the past tense of their family members didn't teach them certain things.
Right.
And they had to go through certain life struggles. And it's just like my dad.
So we all passing down struggles.
Yeah. So I feel like my dad and mom made it out of situations. Like, you know, situations with people having younger kids and not being financed, and it's different family members, like different generations. Sometimes it's 3-4 generations live in the household. You know what I'm saying? And they barely making it. And if they making it, they just so conditioned to still live in a household that had their kids in better clothes. So, but my parents, they had us, they got married young, knew of each other in high school, didn't really know each other. College, didn't finish college. My mother had like 1 year to basically have a lawyer degree. You get what I'm saying? My father, he left college to have a certification for the HVAC, you know, stuff like that, electricity. So it's like they became okay with giving us and trying to have us in a better atmosphere. You get what I'm saying? But at the same time, because they went through so much in the past, they didn't have the knowledge of teaching us, you know, what we should be doing for the future. It's like, oh, I'm going to do little small stuff and make sure that you have the best video game. Make sure you live in a better area. Y'all got your own rooms. Still living, like, being a part of, you know, certain areas. Environments. But we're gonna make sure that every Christmas y'all get the same video game. You get what I'm saying? Like, y'all get the newest video game. We had PlayStations. We had down to the regular Nintendo 64, PlayStation. You can count the numbers of that. You know, we had Sega Genesis. We had all the games you can think of. We used to give our toys to the friends and people that didn't really care for us. My father gave them our toys.
Stuff, right? Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
hold on, give me my.
She wanted to fight me.
Exactly. Yeah,
and you want me to give her my Sega Genesis, and I'm like,
you don't use it no more. No, I don't care. I ain't giving it to
like
them.
That. She tried lying, told everybody my parents was on welfare. Her parents on welfare. And although I had parents that was in that situation, it was just like, you know, friends. I could have gave my close friend that. You get what I'm saying?
Instead of
giving it to somebody else because you think that, oh, you know, maybe she just going through that because
they know the adult stuff, right? Yeah, they know the adult stuff about it.
Yeah, so she wants to feel comfortable.
You're looking at it from a different
people.
Perspective.
Yeah, right. But I ain't never think of it like that.
Of course, because you was a child.
I'm a kid.
You like, no, we not friends.
You want my stuff?
I feel like it's a bully situation. But you don't know why they mad. You don't know about
it's
it.
like
They mad
Shady
because
had to
it could be, it's messed up.
It can be
in the
deeper
house.
than that.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like, like I felt like the way that certain people act, like, oh, you could have tried to fight me for that. I'm gonna fight my way. You try to fight me for you could have tried to fight me eventually for what I got, but my family like, oh, let's just give her this for real because she ain't really got it like that. And I'm like, I understand what their perspective is, but I'm looking at it from a whole total level as a kid, like, nah.
So I think of it like.
But I mean, sorry.
Bad.
But one thing that I could say is when my family end up being in a better situation, and it's been times that they noticed that they was doing too much. Like, okay, mommy is spending money on clothes. I forgot the name of the clothing place that she used to go to all the time. But buying, stuff with credit cards and all that stuff, you feel what I'm saying? You got to pay that back, right? There's an interest on that, right? You get what I'm saying? And it's like, when it came to the CD situation, like CDs now, you don't get too much money off of that. But back then, like the 90s,
you can get 6-7% on a CD back in the day. Now you can't even get 0.7. It's like 0.7%, 0.8%.
And I feel like sometimes people be stuck on their ways. Like they might hear people say little things about saving and stuff like that. Because I felt like, when I was around the age of like, I don't want to say like around 2000, I felt like my parents then was taught the knowledge from other people that they knew about saving and not using them credit cards as much as they was doing. You get what I'm saying? It was though, you made it out to a certain extent, but you still, spending money on putting money on credit cards to buy clothes, or you spending money on like crazy stuff, crazy materialistic stuff that it's like, at this point, now I see where the struggle come up. Because now it's like, when you're supposed to do certain things for us, it's just like, oh, we got to wait and all that. And when you're a kid and you're used to your parents doing so much certain things for you, and then you got to wait, okay, that's fine. But then you start seeing more small stuff just happening, but then y'all make it out of it. It's just like, you didn't have friends talk to you, you had family members told you about certain things. Even to my sister was a very smart, intelligent woman. At 13, she wanted a CD. She had a little couple dollars to make a CD. My mother basically try to blow it off like it wasn't nothing. You get what I'm saying? And like sometimes parents and like other people, like my daughter is 8 years old.
Mm-hmm.
You think she's very intelligent, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, she skipped the grade and everything. But my thing is, I never think that a child can't not tell me, but can't introduce me to something new.
Can't teach you.
Right. Nothing. Because when people tell you stuff, you gotta actually try to look into it first before you say no.
Before you denounce it. Before you sit there and say, oh, no, that don't exist. You have to be able to...
Oh, it's a scam.
See,
that's the older people think. Everything was a scam.
When I was growing up, I felt like, all right, my parents probably understood me, but they didn't understand my path of where I was trying to go, which most people didn't, because at the end of the day, I didn't start off on the right side of the law. I started off on the opposite of the right side of the law. So me gaining everybody's respect and stuff now means a lot to me, for real. But I had to work hard to even gain that back. Because, I mean, a lot of people would say, well, you don't know said, and you seen this, and you said, you did da. But y'all don't remember. A lot of people, no, I'm saying, people be pretending like I never went through nothing that. I'm like, you got to remember 5 years ago when ain't nobody trust me. With a bunch of stuff, for real. 4 years ago, when ain't nobody. So I worked hard to gain that, for real. And I never wanted to have the conventional life. My parents told me to get a job, just like most people parents. We 90s babies. Get a job. I'm gonna go to college, get a job, and all that, for real. I couldn't see that for myself. One, I personally don't like listening to people, especially when it comes to money. I feel like a lot of people that be trying to tell you how to get money
It's trying to get it for themselves.
Can't really out hustle me for real. To be totally honest with you, I don't think a lot of people that do that can out hustle me for real. So in my mind, you already have to show me. Not saying I'm nobody special, but you got to prove yourself to me at least. You remember, I got to see you doing something for real in order for you to capture my attention.
More than just maintaining.
More than just maintaining, right? So I never take it personal with my parents, but I always do have to bring it up to them like, hey, because this year, on March the 12th, is going to mark 4 years I started my business for real. And at first, people ain't believing me. And I had to suck that up for real.
They thought it was a game. Like,
they thought it was a game. So because I started planning it 3 years before I did it. And people just, all right, whatever, mother, like, you gotta get a job, so whatever, for real. I get a job, you get enough money to save up, and then, handle my own business, for real. And then, now I got my own business, and for the past 2 years, I really ain't even had to get a job. I just got a job this season for seasonal, for real, because the business slows down. If you any moving, hauling, construction business, during the winter between November and February, it slows down crazy, for real. Just to let y'all know. So save your coins up if that's what you're doing, for real.
Unless you got a lot of people.
Unless you got already on federal, contracts and stuff like that. And even sometimes like that, for real. You may have to lay some people off. It's crazy. It's different for different levels.
It is.
And I always inspire people to be entrepreneurs because I feel like you can work a job any day. They can say you're stealing the next day. Then what you gonna do? When they say you stealing,
oh my God,
you can go in the house and be crying.
I had a job said I was scratching my head. I was patting my head too much, right? And it was a job that I was. I'm not gonna disclose certain information, but it was a job that I was in the back and counting all the money, right? And they got cameras around. And basically, they have the security team to look at the cameras all day long. And they said, whenever you touch something, you're supposed to reveal your hands to the camera like, okay, I ain't got nothing. Then you're supposed to go back and do what you were supposed to be doing. They say if you touch something or you touch yourself. So at this point, I was sick. And I was just like, oh, my God, I'm just so agitated. I'm rubbing my eyes. But I was like, counting money. But I showed my hands. At one point, I did show my hands. I ain't got nothing. It's like a jumpsuit. No, you have no pockets. The security guard, when you use the bathroom, when you doing anything, you don't keep on your little like you don't keep on your one piece like Queen Latifah had and set it off
when they were cleaning up.
Yeah, when they was cleaning up, you don't keep your one piece off. You eventually would have to take it off and get searched and everything. So I'm like. So when they felt like I was stealing, because if I get searched for every time, even when I'm leaving out, and I can't have no phone or no nothing on me, when did I have the time to steal? They like, well, we didn't say you steal. You were just making so much movements. We felt like, and I told you guys I was sick, and you told me I couldn't go home. So. When did I have the time?
That's like a catch-22. It's like they want you to mess up. That's one of the things where they want you to mess up.
To steal, but you can't go through that door unless you're a security. So I still didn't understand that.
It's like I watch jobs mess people up like this.
They
have you as a regular worker, right? Mm-hmm. And they can't really fire you for the stuff that you're doing as a regular worker.
Yeah.
So they boost you up a level to like a supervisor or something for real. And then you get a supervisor job.
You don't need 2
and then
days.
No.
Oh, okay.
They boost you up as a supervisor for real. You pass the test, all that for real. You become a supervisor. You mess up the same way that you did when you was a regular worker for it, and they can fire you.
Because they feel like you should know
they wanted to fire you from the beginning for real. But
they didn't give you a chance to learn your position.
So
how you Finger Hut. Sorry guys, Finger Hut used to be my mother's favorite little. She had a like credit card and Finger Hut was her thing. So
Fingerhood is actually good if you want to start your credit for real.
Now you can.
Credit, yeah, credit.
It's a good thing. But when you get addicted, back then they had like nice clothes and nice little electronics and nice little you know, you can design the whole room and everything. Don't get crazy off that stuff, y'all.
Power.
You gotta hit a wheel to say, I am not doing this. You gotta stop it at some point. Because it can get addictive. Anything can get addictive.
Power.
Yeah, power.
What you feel about
power wheel.
Talking about the show.
Oh, Power. Okay. Okay, so Power, it's just crazy.
How you feel about the show as an overall? Not just the last episode.
I love the show because I feel like all these couple years watching Power on Stars have just been so awesome.
Is Ghost a rat?
Yeah.
Okay. Why
he
you
ran
feeling?
on his child mother. The last couple.
Okay.
Like the last episodes that happened. Okay. He, you know, I know that there was some tension in. They said some things that was like really like crazy, but like he really knew that she was trying to start her own business. I mean, I understand y'all did each other credit at one point, but she did say that she was going to rat on him for a murder.
Right.
So that's something that you gotta take serious with people, and that's one thing I don't understand about people, because people think that, you know, they can just say things when they mad, and nobody's supposed to take you serious. No, this is a serious matter. You better be glad I didn't get rid of you before you left the door. Right.
Now the real.
I'm playing.
Look.
But you know when he got the feds to come to her daycare.
Yeah, he told right.
That
but you 6 seasons too late. He read in the first season.
I mean, he did read it.
He read on Kanan. So he got. This is like the genius rat trick, right? So this is what people do. They don't tell, right? They get other people to tell for them. So let's say I'm in a situation. Exactly, it's a rat. For real. I'm saying this is what people do. I got a little brother, he's 14 years old, right? Not in the street at all. Let's say I'm in the street and I do something for real, right? Mm-hmm. Or something happens to me. I don't tell. But since he's a civilian, I tell him to tell. That's still ratting. Don't think that that's not still ratting. See, that was my gripe with him from the beginning. I did not like that from the beginning. Because they've been explained that in the second season that Kanan came home. He was like, yeah, I already knew. He's like, yeah, Ghost told her. I'm like, yo, I knew it was something about him for real. Everybody like, yeah, Ghost. I'm like, I'm not convinced yet. Mm-hmm. You know, I like the Lord, like how he move and all that. That's cool, like cool TV stuff for real. But I'm like,
you know, trying to get him out of, get the best life.
Yeah, best life. Yeah, like yeah, that's cool. But I'm like, it's something. It's going to be something, right? Mm-hmm. So, Tommy is cool too, but he's also a psychopath. So it's like it's like he'll react before he find out the whole truth.
Because he feel like he's so much as a rider,
right?
And he's so much as a rider, and when he love you daily. He feel like you supposed to be just as much of a supporter. You supposed to be just as much as a rider I am.
He killed his own father, right?
Yeah, because of Ghost.
Yeah, he killed his own father.
But his daddy, right?
His father was definitely a rat.
I ain't a killer. But you know when you watch, don't push me. But looking at that show, right, it just like his father wanted to rat on him to get out of jail. So that's like, okay, you was planning on doing this because you felt like I wasn't, like, you didn't know me as much as the son, you know, growing up. You seen me the small young ages, and it almost messed up your marriage. You know, you notice that, you know, my mother became ill over the past and stuff like that because of your lifestyle and stuff. And it's like, you have to own, sometimes women and men need to own certain things that they put in place for certain situations. Right. Like, you sold drugs, right? And I understand she got on drugs, right? But you was given the drugs.
Exactly. It wasn't outside the household.
You knew you was married.
It was in the household.
Yes, and you knew you was married. And my thing is, yeah, it was in the household. You gave her those drugs. You could have sold the drugs outside the household and then give her the drugs. You decided to give her the drugs, got her hooked on the drugs just to keep her to a certain level because you had a outside relationship outside the home. And and this is the thing with people, men and women. Keep it 100. You might find a person that's okay with your lifestyle, okay with...
To a certain point.
You know, to a certain point, because some people, like, then love is love.
Right, yeah.
If they get crazy, they get crazy.
Then they gonna get crazy regardless.
They feel like, you know, when that person's tired of you, they know that they look at it like, that person can always come back. Yep, because I'm going to still have them. So, you know, if that's the lifestyle you want to live, just be truthful out here. We had so many people, you know, you can't be too truthful because sometimes you got to keep some stuff to yourself.
Yeah.
Because you might create some situations. But when you get to that point where you know that that person might care for you or whatever the case is, but you're not trying to leave out with what you got going on, you have to be truthful to certain people because you might just cause a whole train reaction. Like, and when I say that, I mean like a whole tornado
and
might just
and that's years of stuff of going on for
mentally
different generations for real. Because that started from that relationship, then it was the other relationship, then it's the relationship with the child. Then when the child get older and get a relationship,
what they was told.
Right, exactly. And then the child, then they get older, and they wonder why they having the same type of relationships. Like, dang, why I'm having these same exact because your father is by the same thing.
With it for so long, and nobody just said, look, let me save that child. Let me do something different. Like, regardless of this person not being around, let me be the best mother or be the best father. Because I know some single fathers out here. Yeah, and I know some single mothers out here too. But at the same time, it takes you to be the strong person no matter what you're going through. Sometimes you got to cry in that room. You can't let your child see what you're going through. Because sometimes that motherfucker... excuse me. Didn't cuss yet. But sometimes that child might be like...
Yeah, we did 40 minutes, no cussing. That was good.
That mother might be a crazy woman. Or they might look at it like, oh, that father is a demon. You get what I'm saying? Like, some things you cannot allow your child to see when you breaking down. They will get it. And when they do see you breaking down, they'll know why. But you can't just, like, you know, when they start off young, you start just saying all types of stuff. And because they're going to think you're the bad person.
I thought we were talking about power.
But I'm just saying life situation. What made me mad, because you got to think about that life situation is really real. The father, you know, he had his own little situation.
He was in a mob or something.
And he was in a mob and all that stuff. And then, like, you know, I'm thinking, like, the woman just crazy. She was crazy. But all them years of being just, like, mentally abused and drugs, like, being just given to you and stuff like that, it just, like, makes you crazy.
So what about Andre? What makes Andre crazy?
Andre just a sucker. I don't know.
Andre just wanted to be Ghost his whole life.
He did. Like, he just...
I mean, he ran it like Ghost. He
did. But I
think
like
he just wanted to be... He wanted the power.
It wasn't about the money. It was about Ghost, because Ghost was on top. But it really wasn't... just about Ghost, because if he wanted to be Kanan, he would have been Kanan.
He wanted the power.
If he wanted to be...
Because Kanan had power, Ghost had power, Tommy had power. That's all the people that he wanted to be, somebody with power. Because, right.
You know, he was just, you know...
Hence the name of the show, Power.
Yeah, he basically was going through his little struggle.
Tyreek won what?
Situation. No, I don't like the...
Tyreek won power. That's what he won.
Look,
he wanted the respect. But out of all the stuff that people say about Tyreek, and we, you know, I definitely don't agree with him with most of the stuff that he do. I say most. I mean most. Right? I don't agree with most. 80%. 70-80% of the stuff I don't agree with. But at the end of the day, this is what he grew up around. And he's still only a teenager right now. So it ain't like he out there making his own. He doing snake stuff because he seen his father do snake stuff. He going behind his father back because he seen his mother go behind his father back. He's smoking people because he watched his Uncle Tommy shoot people. So like
I get that.
It's
right?
like it's learned behavior. It's not nothing that he woke up one morning and was like, yo, I'ma do this. You feel? Because he came there. You don't have to do this and all that.
And he's a teenager too, so it's just like you know when you're a teenager, you have hormones,
you influenced by
everything
that's
certain
around
things,
you. Everything
and
that's
madness
around you,
of just being mad at certain things makes you just create a whole character of yourself. But one thing I don't agree on, he ain't never had a struggle in his life.
Not financially, but mentally. You can't never say he never had a mental struggle in his life before. You can't say that. See, that's where society messes up struggle for real, right? Because they see a kid out way out in the county and living in this big house and all that, and they be like, "Oh, why he getting in trouble, or why he on drugs for real? He live out here and it's nice and all that. You don't know what he's going through though
in that household.
And
you're right, because we can't. You know, our situations of certain things.
It's different.
Living together.
So everybody,
living in different lifestyles been different.
Measure struggles. Because everybody goes through different struggles.
But one thing
I've seen people.
He did too much though.
Of course.
He did too much though.
No, he's living somebody else's life. That's the truth. He's
not himself.
He's not living, he's living a little bit of everybody. What really upset me out of everything that he did was the fake kidnapping thing.
Oh my gosh. You stole money from your own family.
That was just
not
so
knowing
confusing.
That they didn't even really have it like that. They just can't just go to the bank and say, look, let me just take all this money out, these over $10,000 out and get my son back. You get what I'm saying? First of all, they gotta make sure the money clean.
Yeah.
They gotta make sure, you know, when they taking it out, they made other purchases and other situations they did with money within a month or so, and over $10,000 could be a felony. Then you can get
that undercover
cop. It just
cop.
really pissed me off.
Remember the undercover cop?
The one that got killed.
Yeah, who killed
I forgot
him?
his name.
Dang, I forgot.
Tyreek.
Oh yeah, Tyreek ended up killing him.
Because he was trying to get. Well, he was trying to what?
Because he was with the girl. Tyreek was with the girl, and that's her uncle. Right. That was her cousin.
The sister just popped up out of nowhere and like leave my
he killed. Yeah.
He just shot her.
Raina was the most
That's
unseen.
the only thing I felt like he did.
Raina was the most unseen character. But in those 2 episodes right before she died, she was in every scene. Yeah. She was not seen before none of that stuff for real. But they were supposed to be twins.
But just imagine, she was seen a little bit more than the younger sister.
She came out of nowhere.
Like, I just
she gonna be Tyreek next.
The second
next
season,
time she gonna be Tyreek.
Yo, the second season, I'm just seeing the show. It's just really crazy. So y'all just tell us how y'all feel about, you know, power, the whole.
We talk about Donald Trump,
conversation
power,
that
finance, life, everything. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment on this video. And I'm gonna try to pick the coolest thumbnail we can do real quick. So we're gonna holler at y'all. Her page on the way too.